Welcome to the Choosing to Stay podcast. We're your hosts, Hali, Roderick, and Stephanie Hamby, Certified Relationship and Recovery Coaches, and we specialize in supporting couples who are healing from infidelity and betrayal. We invite you to join us each week as we explore the challenges and joys of the recovery journey for couples who are choosing to stay in a relationship after betrayal. We'll encourage you with hope for healing and transformation. Connection, empathy, growth. Choosing to stay. Welcome to episode 1 of the Choosing to Stay After Infidelity and Betrayal podcast. I'm Hali Roderick, and I'm here with Stephanie Hamby, who I'm so excited to be joining with every week, and we're so grateful that you're here with us. Stephanie and I are coaching colleagues, and we have met through some common training. We're both members of the APSATS community, and if you're unfamiliar with APSATS, it's an acronym that stands for the Association for Partners of Sex Addiction Trauma Specialists, and its main focus is on partner-sensitive healing for individuals and couples as they are working through the process of healing from infidelity and sexual integrity issues. The other training that we have in common is through an association called ERCEM, which stands for Early Recovery Couples Empathy Model, and bringing the two of those together just seemed perfect for both my vision and Stephanie's vision.
Yeah, and so Hallie and I met at the ERCEM training, and we have both had our separate vision for the podcast that has been in the works in our dreams for a very long time. And so whenever we started to share that vision, it was truly a divine appointment of how this vision would play out and to be able to create this podcast for you all in hopes that you can have a resource for your healing and recovery from infidelity and betrayal.
I totally agree. When we started connecting after the ERCEM training, it just felt like everything just clicked for me. We want to set the stage for you in this first episode of what you can expect as you follow us over the next weeks. First of all, I want to just start by saying that we realize that choosing to stay after there's been sexual integrity issues or infidelity or betrayal is not always the right choice. And we know that, and we're aware of that. And so we honor you wherever you're at and honor each individual's and each couple's right and knowledge to know what's best for them. And we're here to support you either way. So if you're choosing to stay, it can be a very rewarding process and very challenging at the same time. And that's some of the things we're going to talk about as we record episodes following, are all of the challenges that come with choosing to stay, as well as some of the rewards and joys that can come along in that healing journey.
Yeah. So I do want to talk a little bit about the verbiage that we will be using and some of the language that you will hear moving forward as you listen to us on our weekly podcast. And so you'll hear the term sexual integrity issues, and we use that term as a canopy word that encapsulates sexual acting out. And this could take on any form or fashion, and it could be once or repeatedly, and it could be emotionally, mentally, or physically. And so we use that term to kind of just envelop all of the sexual acting out issues that could occur with infidelity and betrayal. And what happens in this sexual integrity issues is it causes a breach in the marriage covenant or a committed relationship. And this promotes or results in the partner having the effects of partner betrayal, which is a unique form of trauma. And it could cause this emotional overwhelm for an extended period of time. And so you'll hear us use terms like sexual integrity issues and then partner betrayal.
I'm so glad that you brought up that piece about the trauma that can occur when there's been sexual integrity issues. It can be a really confusing thing for both partners to understand what's actually happening after there's been a betrayal in the relationship. So some of the common things that you might experience if you are the partner, you might have some confusion, you might have a lot of self-doubt, you might question your reality, you might have a really hard time managing your emotions, you might have a lot of really strong emotions or things that activate you. You might seem to be a little hypersensitive, but we're going to get into this in later episodes about what betrayal trauma does to the physiological part of our body. And it's an actual real thing that can be so confusing. So we'll provide some tools and resources along the way that will help you understand that. It can be important for the person with the sexual integrity issues to understand what their partner is experiencing. Their behaviors may seem really confusing, especially if the behaviors have halted, if the sexual integrity behaviors are not occurring anymore, and your partner is still having a hard time with some of those symptoms and things that I just mentioned, can be confusing. So we're going to give you some more information on that in future episodes to help you understand what it's like for a partner who's experiencing betrayal trauma.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad that you brought that up. And I'm sure we'll be talking a lot about partner betrayal. I did want to share how that we're both so passionate about this field and coming alongside the partners and the couples as they heal from infidelity and betrayal, and to also let them know that they are not alone in this journey of healing and then all the way to transformation.
One other thing that I want to make sure that the message that we send today, what I've found in my experience coaching individuals and couples is that a lot of times the person that has had the sexual integrity issues is resistant to getting any sort of support. And so I want to assure you that in this podcast, we're going to provide resources and support in a way that is non-shaming. One thing that I hear a lot of times from the person with the sexual integrity issues is that I already know what I did was wrong and I don't need you or anybody else to tell me. And I want to assure you that that's not what we're here to do. We're here to help you navigate and give you some tools and resources along the way that will give you the opportunity for successful healing individually and relationally. And so we hope to create a safe space for both partners as we interview different people. I'm so excited when I just think about all of the people we have lined up to come and interview with us. We are going to be bringing you some of the top experts in this field and some people who've literally walked this journey and have been successful with it. Because that's another question. I don't know if you see this, Stephanie, but a lot of times with my clients at the beginning, especially, they're like, is this even possible? Is it even possible to heal from this? Because early on, sometimes it can feel so overwhelming and so big that they don't even know if it's possible.
Yes, absolutely. I was thinking about that with the partner piece and how isolating that it can feel, not only for the partner, but for the one with the sexual integrity issues. And that shame is the barrier there that causes the isolation. So, with the isolation piece, it is so good to know that you're not alone and that others have walked this journey before you and have come out and even experienced this transformational growth as a result of walking the healing and the recovery journey. So yes, that's one piece I'm really excited about, is bringing those couples or those individuals forward so that you all can hear that success in life after such a traumatic event is possible.
Yes, I'm so excited about that. As we brought our ideas together, we just have a powerhouse lineup of topics and people that are in the works for you. So we hope that you'll continue to tune in with us each week and come back. We would love to hear from you. So if you have questions, you can reach out to us. Our email is info.choosingtostay@gmail.com. Please email us. We'd love to hear from you. If you would like to get some individual or relational support from Stephanie or I, our contact information is going to be in the show notes. And we both actively seek couples and individuals and have group options and things available for your healing. So check out our websites and our things below where you can reach out to us for support. And we'd love to hear from you and look forward to spending some time with you each week.
Thank you for joining us today on our first episode of Choosing to Stay podcast, and join us next week as we start discussing the 3 phases of the ERCEM model of healing from betrayal and infidelity. We look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you for listening to the Choosing to Stay podcast. If you have enjoyed this show, We invite you to subscribe, share, and leave us a review. Connection, empathy, growth. Choosing to stay.